We've all got that one friend who seems physically attached to their hat. Rain, shine, or hurricane, it never comes off. To most of us, it looks a little weird, but for them, it runs way deeper than that. It's how they show up to the world. If you're that friend who never takes their hat off, buckle up. Because today we're breaking down 10 surprisingly specific habits of people who are always rocking a cap. Don't go anywhere, because number one is honestly the best one. Let's get into it. Number 10, a hat for every occasion. These people don't do one hat fits all because they genuinely understand that every moment in life calls for a different vibe. They've got a meticulously organized collection, a specific cap for the gym, another for a laid-back weekend hangout, and of course, something a little more low-key for events that call for a touch of quiet sophistication. The level of thought they put into their look is just the surface of something way more deeply rooted. And once they've locked in their style, there's one move they make without even thinking about it. Number 9, putting it on is pure muscle memory. It's almost unconscious. It happens in that split second right before they walk out the front door. It's an automatic motion as natural as checking for your keys or making sure your phone is in your pocket. Some even keep a backup hat by the door, just in case, because for them, leaving without it isn't really an option. And if they somehow leave the house without it, they spend the entire day feeling off, like something's missing, a strange kind of vulnerability they just can't shake. That deep connection to their hat creates a sense of ownership that doesn't leave room for outsiders. Number 8, nobody touches their favorite cap. There's an unspoken rule in their world. The favorite hat is basically an extension of their body. Watching someone grab it, try it on, or even just mess with it triggers an immediate, very real discomfort. They've spent so long breaking in the brim and getting every detail just right that any outside interference feels like a full-on invasion of their personal space. Some even have a specific spot where it rests, never tossed, never stacked. Because how it's stored matters just as much as how it's worn. The shape, the fade, the way it sits, all of it took time, and no careless hand gets to undo that in seconds. And that personal value runs so high, they have zero problem spending serious money to feed the obsession. Number 7, they'll drop serious cash on hats without blinking. To the average eye, it's just a piece of fabric. But to a true hat person, it can be an invaluable collector's item they're willing to pay a small fortune for. Whether it's a limited collab like Supreme X Nike, a special streetwear drop, or an exclusive underground artist design, the price tag stops mattering the moment they find the one that makes them feel like them. But even with a whole lineup of premium options, there's one very specific physical tick that always gives them away. It's a small move, but it says a lot about where their head's at in that moment. Number 6, they're constantly adjusting the brim. If you pay close attention, you'll notice they readjust their hat dozens of times a day, without any real reason to. It works like a nervous release or a physical anchor, giving them an immediate sense of control when things feel uncertain or when the social pressure's on. A quick touch during a tense meeting, a firm tug in front of a demanding boss, or a playful adjustment at a loud party. It's a self-regulating move that shifts slightly depending on the situation they're in. And hey, do any of these habits sound familiar so far? If they do, drop a comment below and don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It genuinely helps us keep making content for you. Now let's keep it moving. Number 5, they position it depending on the situation. Tilting the brim, pulling it down a little lower, or flipping it around isn't about vanity. It's a visual language they adapt based on the environment. Brim down to come across as serious in a negotiation, turned backwards for a chill vibe at the park, or worn straight to look sharp in an interview. And it's not just about how others perceive them. It's also about how the position makes them feel. A slight tilt can shift their entire mindset, like flipping an internal switch that tells them exactly who they need to be in that moment. This ability to adapt becomes their best tool, especially when things get tough. On their rough days, the hat stops being an accessory and becomes full-on armor. Number 4, they wear it more on their bad days. When the energy's low or they just don't feel like dealing with the world, the hat becomes their main refuge. It lets them step outside knowing they can fly under the radar and keep social interaction to the bare minimum. That feeling of being covered becomes essential when they have to navigate crowds or busy public spaces. It's like an invisible filter that blocks out curious stares on a rough post-breakup day or a stressful deadline crunch, quietly restoring their balance without any effort. And it's out there in the middle of the crowd where the brim really does its best work. Number 3, they pull the brim down in crowded places. In packed spaces, the hat acts as a psychological shield, cutting down their field of vision and carving out a little bubble of privacy they genuinely need. By dialing back the external noise and narrowing their focus, they can stay calm and feel way less exposed in the middle of everyday chaos. It's almost like putting on blinders. The world shrinks to just what's directly in front of them, and suddenly a packed subway or a packed mall becomes something they can actually handle. That controlled tunnel vision isn't avoidance. It's a deliberate strategy for moving through overwhelming environments without burning out. It's such an effective comfort mechanism that many refuse to take it off, even in places where it's technically not appropriate. Which leads us to one of the habits that tends to get the most side eyes from other people. Number 2, it stays on indoors. This is where the habit starts pushing back against social norms. Because the comfort that hat gives them outweighs any etiquette rule or formal expectation. They feel so identified with it that taking it off at a restaurant, in an office, or at a family gathering feels like a kind of mental undressing they'd rather avoid at all costs. And if someone asks them to remove it, that request alone can feel oddly intrusive, like being told to think or feel differently on command. To them, the hat isn't a fashion choice anymore. It's just part of who they are, as natural as the expression on their face. That said, this level of protection does have one exception, and it brings us to the most revealing point of all, the big one. Number 1, they only take it off around people they truly trust. This is the most intimate habit of all, because going bareheaded is, for them, an act of total vulnerability, like letting their guard down completely with their mom or their partner, exposing their raw thoughts and emotions with no filter. So if someone who always wears a hat takes it off around you, spontaneously without being asked, that's the clearest sign they feel completely safe, at ease, and at peace in your presence. It's the highest level of openness they can offer. And that's a wrap. As we've seen, always wearing a hat isn't just a quirk. It's a way of managing emotions and setting healthy boundaries with the world around you. If you related to any of these points, or you know someone who fits this description to a T, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps us keep digging into the behaviors that make us who we are. And drop a comment telling us which hat you never leave the house without. See